Hey guys, welcome back to Gulfside Baitworks. Today we're going to do another airbrush painting. I know those aren't the most popular, but I really enjoy airbrush painting, and I've got this amazing blank from friend of the channel, SwampTroutBaits. This is the STG-3, and we're going to paint it up like a Mayan cichlid. So we're going to get to that in just a second, so we'll be right back. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to paint this thing with some bone as our backer. Bone is an amazing backer. I used to use mostly white, but Swamp Trout actually suggested to me using bone. And you know, when you're right, you're right. The bone looks awesome as a backer. And I'm using Tim Gore's Bloodline Old Bone White, and that's 5035 Bloodline Bone White, and this is a Createx Illusions color. So definitely check that out. I get all of my my airbrush paint from am I still in frame here? Let me raise that just a hair because I'm gonna pick this up. But I get all of my paint from Spray Gunner, mainly because they're right up the road, their warehouse. So, you know, it's a good place to get stuff. Definitely check them out. Yep. And I need more. I think I've got it cranked up pretty high right now. When we get to doing the more complex stuff, I mean, this one isn't super complex. It's got bars down the side, but we'll turn the airbrush down a bit. But for this part here, the big one is the high pressure is fine. All right. So we got our base down, and we will be back in a minute to do the next section. Right, we're back. Now, normally you wouldn't paint the top and the bars until later, but I actually want them to be kind of a backdrop, a base color, because we're actually going to go over this black with another color. So we're just going to do a little black across the top. And I got my air gun cranked way down, and we're actually going to come back and go over this with a swamp green from Chroma Air. But this is just going to be our backer for that. You know, as you can see, the black is very light. We're not going crazy with it here, because it's just kind of a backer. And now we're going to put some bars down the side. Ooh, a little dark there. That's okay. You know, and these bars are going to get painted over with other colors, but it's going to keep a black bar in the back under it. Yeah, pretty simple, just like that. I'm doing about the right same spot on the other side. I think my air gun might be getting clogged up. See how it's not coming out good? So I'm gonna check that out and be right back. I just had a little gunk on the front of it was all. We're good now. Alright, so bar about in the same spot. They don't have to be perfectly symmetric. Fish aren't perfectly symmetric, you know. Just try your best. Yeah, so something like that. And this is going to be, this is basically our base coat. So let's move on to the next step.
We'll be right back.
We're back. Now we're actually going to put a coating just over the bars. You know, these fish have kind of a turquoise-ish color over the bars, or kind of, yeah, around and over the bars. But last time I did this, I tried to do it with highlight, and the highlight really didn't show up well on the final bait. So instead, we're going to do something that will absolutely show up. And this is 8-Bit Baits Sonic. So we're going to put some Sonic over these black bars. Just a little bit. This flows a lot faster. And it's okay if it, you know, we want it to spread a little around the edges too, just like it is on the real fish. And Mayan cichlid, the reason that I paint this one is people actually Alright, so we got a tornado coming, possibly. That's cool. Not really. Alright, so we will go ahead and get this dried out and cleaned up, and we'll be back for our next color. We're back, and now it's time to do the belly. And the color we're using is Pineapple Pearl 5311, and that is a Createx pearlized colors. So that's what we're going to do the belly in. And this color is really spot on for the actual fish. It is excellent. And we'll put a little extra on the very bottom, because the other parts are probably going to have some overspray, so the colors will be a little mixed, but on the very bottom we don't want it like that. We want it to be a nice solid color. So yeah, there we go. That is the color we were using. Now our next color, let that dry, we're actually going to mix a little bit here. So first off, we're going to get us a little reducer in here. I am using a 4021 reducer from Createx. I used to use a different one. I think it was maybe 410, something like that. But when I was at Spray Gunner talking with the people that work there, they were telling me that this one is got some solvent in it, and it really makes the colors mix together well. Whoa, a bunch of paint came out the top of that. Can you see where I'm mixing? Move up a little bit here. Alright, so basically I'm mixing two colors. First one, this is Chroma Air. This is Spray Gunner's brand. This is Fluorescent Red. And then Createx, and this is a Wicked Line Pearl Red. I'm going to mix the two of these mainly because I want the fluorescent red, but it needs to be a little darker than fluorescent red is. So, that one I just punched a shoot out too. It's not my day. Anyway, now it looks like I murdered someone. There's red paint all over my hand. That's okay. So we're gonna put a little bit of this in there. Wipe the top of this off as well. Help future me. And we're gonna put some more of this one in there. And this looks kind of pink, you see, but once it comes out of the gun and it's on the bait, it's very much red. So there we go. I want some more red in it though, or I want it to be a little darker, so we're gonna add some more red, or some more of the darker red. Mixing up real good. And I'm just using little mixing cups I found on Amazon for cheap. Nothing special there. And my mixing stick is actually a broken paintbrush. Alright, so I'll make sure that's dry and get us ready to shoot, and we'll be back. Alright, we're back and ready to paint. So we got our mixed up red. Put that yellow back over there. Alright. So now, whoa, let's start here at the front, move through here, get a little bit up between, yeah, there we go. And the red is very prominent on the fish. Well, really, it's on some of them. Some of them you see very little red, and some of them it's very prominent. I like going with more red myself, because I like using this fluorescent color. And in UV light, those fluorescent colors really pop, and UV light sinks further down into the water, so the fish see that section. It really pops for them. It's the same reason why motor oil works well in soft plastics, because motor oil is really, really UV strong, so it pops. So anyway, we're gonna get that dried off, and then we're gonna go to our next section. All right, so we heated the red, got it all dried out. Now we're gonna put a little bit of 8-Bit Baits molten core over the red section. And I'm gonna be pretty careful with this. This is all the molten core I have left. I gotta order some more, because this color is absolutely amazing. And if you don't have molten core and you want to do this, you could absolutely use Vice City as well, as Vice City is a red to gold, so it would probably work great here as well. Getting a good solid coating of it. This stuff is great, and it looks so cool. If you haven't used the hollow shifts yet, you really are missing out, but they are expensive, so I can understand. But if you want to make seriously ridiculous looking stuff, the hollow shifts are where it's at. Alright. So yeah, there we go so far. And now we're going to add the color that brings everything together and makes it look like the fish it's supposed to be. So we'll be right back for that. Alright, now we're back for our last color. Though I'm actually thinking I might want to add a little onyxia across the bottom, so maybe not our last color. But this is going to be the one that really brings it all home, and that is Swamp Green Translucent from Chroma Air. And this is, again, Chroma Air is the house brand of Spray Gunner. So you can get this at Spray Gunner. Alright, cool. So, I'm going to start from the top here. And I've got the air gun set pretty low again. But we're actually going to go down basically this line. That's how far down we want to go. We want to go down all the way to the all the way down to where the red starts. So we're going to go right over the black and over the Sonic. But don't worry, right now you can't really see the Sonic, but I promise you, once you put a clear coat on this thing, that you will be able to see the Sonic. Because this is a translucent color, so once it dries, it's going to stay translucent. I think, yeah, I'm gummed up again. You know, changing back and forth between all these different colors causes that. So I think I'm gonna have to clean my gun out here real quick. So we'll be right back. Turns out I just needed to thin the paint a little bit, added a little isopropyl, and we're good to go. Now we're getting a little more. But yeah, so this really brings it home. And makes it look like the Mayan cichlid that I want it to. With the translucent green over the black. Yeah. Alright, and in fact, I will dry it on camera this time so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So we're just heat gunning it real quick. Might put another coat of green on it too. So here we are. In camera frame good. There we are. And I'm gonna add a little more green in the black section here. And yeah, I mean that's basically the colorway. It's not the most complex, but tarpon and snook will hit it because these fish are common in brackish water here in Florida. They're an invasive, but in brackish water where snook and redfish, not snook and redfish, snook and tarpon come, these fish are common. In fact, I caught a massive one of these a while back that it hit a 4-inch swim bait. So it was a very, very big one. And you know, I'm about to go to a trip to Miami, and I'll probably fish this in Miami in freshwater too. because these exist in the freshwater down there, and you know, maybe we'll meet a peacock bass. It could happen, so we'll see. But yeah, so there we go. What are we gonna do next? I think I am gonna put some Anexia on the bottom, because I want to have a cool shiny effect down there too, like I've got down the sides. So we'll be right back for that. We're back. So we're gonna add this last thing of Anexia, and then we're gonna be all done. And I'm just putting it over this middle yellow section. And the Anexia is cool. Depending on what you put it over, you can get a lot of different things. Sometimes you get pinks and golds. Sometimes I see greens come out of it. It's a really cool color. I really like it a lot. In fact, Anexia may be my favorite of the hollow shifts. Though indoor is actually not indoor, I'm sorry, Bespin is very close to Anexia. It's just got more green in it. Well, I think Anexia has more pink in it, if I remember correctly. Once Bait Chuckin showed up in one of my live streams, and he actually explained it, but it was quite a while ago. All right. So yeah, there you have it. There is our Mayan cichlid, and hopefully we'll catch some fish on this. I'm gonna get some eyes on it, and probably if you check out my Instagram, you'll get to see it once it's been coated and everything. But yeah, here it is on that. So if you like the video, definitely like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. That'll let me know what kind of content people like. If you have any comments, let me know. I know the last couple times I've done air gun videos, people didn't like them as much. You know, and let me know what you think. That will affect what we do on the channel. So definitely throw me a comment. Let me know what you think. And thank you for coming by Gulfside Baitworks. We'll see you next time. Almost ended the video without mentioning again that this hard bait was from SwampTroutBaits. Somebody who's become a very good friend of the channel. He actually even sent me eyes that these are homemade eyes that he made. If you like this profile, or I also have another one I painted that this is another one that he designs. If you like these, you can check out SwampTroutBaits.com, and at SwampTroutBaits.com he has baits that he's painted, and he is a far better painter than I am. So most definitely check those out. And you'll notice too, he has a lot of soft plastic molds, which if you've watched the channel before, you know that. And if you do go to his website and you want the soft plastic molds, he actually gave us a coupon code, and it's Gulfside15, all capital letters, and that'll give you 15% off any of his molds. So definitely check out Swamp Trout, and again, a big thanks. And in fact, I'll probably go ahead and take some pictures of this and send it to him so he can see what we did with it. But anyway, thanks for coming by Gulfside Baitworks, and we'll see you next time.